Heavyweights have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. The jab doesn't quite connect. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in time.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Perfect counter shot. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. Which fighter will say no mas? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about the knock. And there's the bell to start round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter is all about finesse. Did you see that? Oh, Quigg. The uber tough Scott Quigg can't take it anymore. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are you okay?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Big swing and a miss with the hook. That counter punch caught him clean. No defense for that hook. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Talk about Quigg in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be. Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Stamina is off the charts. Nice counter. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. He caught him with the right hand. How about that time counter shot? Is he going to punch himself out, though? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Linares in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominance without a doubt.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That right hook won't score. Can't find a home with that jab. They exchange punches. No rest for the weary. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The Venezuelan is rocked. Let's talk about Linares in that one. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Hey, it's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Miss with that jab. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. These two featherweights are going to let their hands go, you know that.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out if you prepare.
There's the bell for round 6. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last rounds. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Nice counter. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Nice counter shot. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
They know the second...
Oh, Johnny! Jorge Linares is in some serious trouble. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Hook misses. Punch, counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Linares in that last. Here we go, it's round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That counter shot lands. Nope, that hook won't score. Catch and shoot. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Just missed with that hook. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Linares in that last.
What do you do?
And there's the bell for round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Punch, counter punch. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That jab won't score. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Jorge Linares seeing cobwebs now. Still standing.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Linares in that lap. And there's the bell for round 9. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Those counter punches have to hurt. He blocks the hook. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Scott Quinn, down he goes. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.